Make Better Documents. Hi, I'm Cassandra and welcome to Make Better Documents. In this particular episode, we're going to do things a little differently. We're going to look at 6 good things about this document. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at a brochure created by the company Telstra. To start with, let's take a look at the entire thing. The first thing that's really good about this document is the concise covers. So if you take a look, on the front cover, it just has the title, the name of sort of the department within the company that's presenting this brochure. We've got a logo, a little bit of visual element, and a graphic that really covers what we're talking about as quickly and easily as possible for the viewer. And then also we'll take a look at the back cover. So on the back cover, we've just basically got a brand gradient, logo, call to action, website, and a little bit of legal disclaimer at the bottom. Super, super easy. The second thing that I think is really good about this document is sort of creating a visual language and then being consistent with it. So let's take a look at this. They have an icon. They've sort of got the one word catchphrase for what we're talking about. We've got the department, one sentence to really very quickly understand what we're talking about, and then they've sort of expanded out on that paragraph. And so as you can see on this page, we've got that for advise, design, protect, and analyze. I think it was really, really good of them to just stick to this one consistent style. The third thing that's really good about this document is the way that they've used their text on their graphic, or in this case, the way they didn't add text to their graphic. So as we can see on this graphic, we've got people, systems, and process sort of follow the line of the circle, and that's good. And then they've got the other sort of areas that this graphic is talking about inside the graphic, but then it would have looked a little bit too hard or too difficult to read if they tried to incorporate these other words within the graphic. So this world-class security operations, a lot of people would have sort of put that text as a circle along this circle, but then it would have been really hard to read. The text sort of has to go sort of above the circle and below. It's confusing, right? And when we do try to read it, it's hard when there's multiple words within a bigger circle. And then at which stage, even if they had managed to do that, they wouldn't have been able to include this extra content as well. So I think it's really good that in this case, they've chosen to keep the text away from the graphic. The fourth really good thing about this document has to do with color contrast. So they've been careful to make sure that their text is definitely legible against the backgrounds that they're using. So this white on these blues will be fine. And the other way where I really see them being careful with contrast is they've used their, like, this brand uses gradients, right? And so this gradient is this like purple to the blue. Also with this brand, this particular shape can change colors depending on context. The designer here has actually chosen to use the same blue from the gradient inside the logo, and there's just fantastic contrast there as well between that blue and the purple. It clearly shows that the designers definitely thought about that color contrast. Another good thing about this document is the way that they've not been shy about leaving plenty of white space. So for example, on this page here, we have so much white space in the top of the page, and that's because they weren't afraid to put this 4-word headline across 2 lines, freeing up that white space. It really sort of gives all of that content room to breathe. And here is another example where they've done the same thing. The 6th thing that's really good about this document is we're going to go back to this graphic. It's actually a lot of complex information that they are sharing with this graphic. So we can see that it's sort of the whole graphic is about this central point, and then that's broken up into 3 areas, and then each of those areas have another aspect, and then they also have another aspect relating to them. And then also because they've put in these sort of arrows, we can see that it's a cyclic process. They've got to explain all of that complexity in just that simple graphic, and that's good. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make better documents, making the world a more beautiful place, one document at a time.